Happy Monday, everybody. It's Carmen here, and I am going to talk today about why we need to stop trying to convince people that they need to hire us. So many times I hear people, or see posts by health coaches, or I'm talking to health coaches, and they'll say something along the lines of, well, they don't think they need to change, but this is what they're eating. Or they don't think that that's important, but this is what I see. So here's the thing. We are not here to convince people that they need to change their ways. We're not here to beg people to sign up with us, to work with us, right? And many times when I talk about this with some of the people that I'm mentoring, it is about when we put out to the world that our beliefs should be their beliefs, right? We stop the growth process with these clients. And also here's the other thing, when we try to convince people, hi Margaret, that they need to get well or they need to hire us, that's us pushing our beliefs onto people. That's us not believing that what we have to offer is enough to bring those people into our lives. So yes, we need to hustle in our businesses, and yes, we need to work hard to grow our businesses and make them work, but it's not our job to convince anybody that they need to change their ways. And where I see this, and again, this is a boundary breaker, but I see this more than anything, hi Kathleen, hi Sue, with people in their families, women that are trying to convince their husbands to change. One of the reasons I think I see a lot of that happening, mainly women that are trying to convince their husbands to get healthier and change their ways and whatever, is because they want the support of someone on that journey with them. Or that they're fearful if they try to go down this journey on their own, that their spouse is going to kick back and going to sabotage them. So a lot of times I see women trying to convince the spouse. I don't see this so much with men. It does exist, though. It does happen. But, part of what we do as a coach then is we are there to support them. We are there to help them from the self-sabotage and all of that by lifting them up and inspiring them. But, we're not there. We should not be expecting people to convince other people or us convince people that they need to get well. That indicates that we don't believe that we have something to offer that's going to bring those people into our world anyway. The other thing that I see a lot of work needs to be done around is defending ourselves as health coaches. And that comes from lack of confidence. I believe that people defend themselves from lack of confidence. And please say hello down in the comments, you guys. Say hi, tell me you're here. Because I only see when people jump in and say something. So otherwise, I don't see a lot of people when they're on live. But anyway, we're defending ourselves, or I see coaches defending themselves. So someone might say to them, what makes you think that you can help somebody when you haven't been to school and you don't have a degree in nutrition? And then coaches automatically come back with, well, I was sick for 10 years and I went through this. So I'd like to put a stop to some of that defensive, reactive behavior as well, because it makes health coaches look not so credible. We don't go in and get our oil changed in our car and then try to convince these people that they don't know what they're doing. That would be insane. And for some reason, money, getting paid for what we do and defending what we do and trying to convince people that they need to hire us or get well, those are some very unhealthy habits that health coaches have right now. Yeah, hi Tiffany, good afternoon. And Lisa, hi Lisa. So when we do that, it's almost like we're questioning ourselves as health coaches. When we try to convince people, we defend ourselves or whatever. It's like we don't believe that what we have to offer is worth being paid for. And what does that do? That strips your confidence. That puts you in a position of wondering whether you should do this or not. You're wondering if your prices are too high. You're wondering why no one believes in you. And this all comes down to the real foundational work that needs to be done is do you believe in yourself? Because if you believe in yourself and what you have to offer to the world and what you're going to bring to the table as a health coach, there's absolutely no defensiveness. There's nothing in you to defend anything about. There's no reason for it. You don't have to beg for clients. You don't have to convince people that they need to be working with you, right? That's almost like maybe an anxious behavior, but also a It's almost like an uncertainty or something like that. Oh, itchy eye. And that also puts out that same energy that you don't believe that what you have to offer is worth being paid for. So we need to pull back those energies that we're putting out to the world of, and I can't think of the word, I'm trying to think up here. It feels like an anxious behavior when we chase people and we try to convince them to work with us, or we try to tell them that they need to be changing things in their lives. First of all, that's risky behavior anyway. And I don't want to work with somebody who doesn't believe that how they're eating is affecting their life. And again, you know, I will talk about this. Hi, Andy, till all day long. I will talk about how you can head off some of that by creating that document that tells people what to expect from working with you. Because when you do that, when you actually write up, and it's not a manifesto, but it is a narrative that you put on paper that tells the world who you want to work with. It puts it out there. It puts the energy out there that this is what I am going to offer. This is who I want to work with. This is what I will give in return. And that means you know what you believe to be worth when it comes to work, right? Putting pen to paper, putting your fingers to the keys, however that looks, but create that document that tells people, you know, if you hire me, this is what you can expect from working with me. And then you also can in turn include in there what you expect from the clients that you work with. And there's nothing wrong with that. I expect you to be committed to yourself. I expect you to love yourself more than anyone loves you. I expect you to care more about yourself than I care about you. That means that we are there and we are going to be that person that's going to show them how to take charge of their health and to advocate for themselves. But if we go chasing people and trying to convince them that they need us and defending ourselves and all of those things, hi, Michelle, we're putting the wrong message out to the world that is looking at us as we're coming more mainstream as health coaches. We're putting this message out that we're, desperate. That's the word I'm looking for. It's an anxious and desperate behavior to try and convince other people and try to talk them into working with you. I don't want to talk anybody into doing anything ever again that has to do with me. I want them to want it for themselves and for them to come to me and for me to be able to teach them how to advocate for themselves, whether it's in their business or their health or whatever. So that's, you know, the downfalls, the pitfalls of doing that, of those behaviors are that you will devalue yourself. You will start to question your income if you have to be begging people to sign up with you. It will defeat your confidence. It will make you wonder whether or not you should be doing this. It's going to create some of those negative behaviors and thought processes that we're trying to overcome. So let's just head that off at the very beginning. Let's remember, if we needed to be lifted up, we go into our coaching groups. Hopefully you're a part of some of mine, because I don't allow negativity in my groups. If I see it and I'm tagged on it or someone brings it to my attention, I will put a stop to it, because I believe that our energy, we are responsible for the energy we bring into the space that we inhabit. And that energy has to be strong, and it has to be positive, and it has to be with the passion and belief that we have in ourselves. So if you don't have that in yourself right now, you know, I offer mentorship, I offer group training, all of that. But if you feel that you can get that within yourself, go to the bookstore, go wherever you have to do, listen to podcasts, listen to uplifting things, find a way to believe in yourself so that you stop convincing people of things that are, it's not your job to do, right? It's not your job to convince somebody. How many times have you ever felt when someone's come to you and tried to tell you what to do, have you been like, whatever, right? That's because it's called boundary breaking. People stepping over the line and getting into making decisions for other people. It's not a healthy way to live. It's not a healthy way to be. Certainly not a healthy way to build your business. And I learned that the hard way. I was a boundary breaker my entire marriage. I had no idea. I had no idea what boundaries were. I was not good with them. I became good with them as time went on. But, you know, that's one place that we don't want to be. We don't want to step into someone's life and tell them what's good for them. We want to teach them to see what's good for themselves. Okay? That's what health coaching is all about. All right. Visit us at the instituteforfunctionalhealthcoaching.com. Learn more about what we do. There's lots of free blogs and good information out there, you guys, videos and all kinds of things that may lift you up and support you on this wonderful Monday. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Thanks for joining. And in the replay, please let me know, you guys, is this something that you've done or you felt you need to do out of desperation to fill your business and to make money? Because if it is, it's going to have the opposite effect. All right. Reach out for support. Thanks for joining.